Hi there. This video is an exam paper walkthrough of the Eduqas GCSE Mathematics Foundation Tier Component 2 paper from autumn 2023. This paper is worth 120 marks in total, and this is the third video of 6. It will focus on questions 10 to 13, which account for 20 of these marks. Eduqas Component 2 papers are calculator papers, so a calculator should be used. A little disclaimer: there may be more than one way to answer a question. The methods shown in this video are not the only way some mathematical skills can be applied. Okay, let's get started. Question 10. Jared won £3,000 in a competition. Part A, he spent £500 and gave 37% of the remaining money to charity. This was shared equally between 5 different charities. How much did each charity receive? Okay, so first of all, let's take away the £500 that he spent. So he started with 3,000 and we're taking away 500. 2,500. So 2,500, he gave 37% of that to the different charities. Okay, so we need to find 37% of 2,500. Now, because it's a calculator paper, I'm going to use a decimal multiplier. So if I want 37%, that is the same as 0.37 as a decimal. Okay, so I'm going to do 2,500 multiplied by 0.37, which is £925. So this is how much he shared between the charities. There were 5 different charities, so we're going to divide that by 5. So he gave £185 to each charity. Part B, Jared saved £600 of the 3,000. What percentage of the 3,000 does Jared save? So he's saving 600 out of the 3,000, but then we'd want to convert that to a percentage. So when we convert a fraction to a percentage, we multiply by 100. So now I've written that out. I'm just going to put that in my calculator. 600 over 3,000 multiplied by 100, which is 20. So he saves 20% of the 3,000. 11a, simplify each of the following. So part 1, we have A add 7b, add 5a, minus 9b. So this is collecting like terms. So we've got A add 5a. Remember, it's important that the symbol in front, the add or the subtract, stays with the thing that it's attached to. So A add 5a. So A add 5a. Well, that's 1a, don't forget. So 1 of them plus 5 of them gives me 6 of them. Now we're going to collect the B terms together. So remember, for them to be like terms, they have to have exactly the same letter and exactly the same power. So this time we've got positive 7b, subtract 9b. Remember, that sign in front stays with it. So we've got 7b subtract 9b. Now, 7 of them take away 9. If you're not great with your negatives, just do 7 take away 9 in your calculator. Look, -2, but don't forget the b. Now we have to write this as an expression, so I'm going to write my x term next to my b term. Remember, that minus stays with that 2. Part 2, we have 6w divided by 2w. So 6w divided by 2w. Well, 6 divided by 2 is 3. W divided by w, they cancel out. So our answer is just 3. Part B, Amanda buys 5 bags of apples. Each bag contains n apples. She gives away 2 apples from each bag. Write an expression for the total number of apples Amanda has left. Okay, so the total number of apples she starts with are the 5 bags containing n each. So we have 5 multiplied by n. So 5n is her total. But she gives away 2 apples from each bag. So we're taking away 2 apples from each of those 5 bags. So 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. So our expression would be 5n subtract 10. Question 12. The Cowell family are planning a holiday to Spain for 7 days. They can either pay for a package deal or pay for return flights, accommodation and food separately. All of the costs are shown below. So here we've got the information about our package deal. So it's £2,300 for a 7-day holiday to Spain for a family of 4. Return flights, accommodation and food are all included in that cost. Okay, so return flights, accommodation and food all included in that cost. Pay separately. So return flights, accommodation and food are free for children under 2 years old, but then for everybody else, return flights cost £350 per person, £43 per person per day for accommodation, and then £85 per person for 7 days for food. So on the holiday, there will be 2 adults and 2 children. So this is a family of 4, isn't it? So family of 4 works here. They each require return flights, accommodation and food. The Cowell family wish to choose the cheaper option. Which option should they choose? The package deal or pay separately? Show how you decide. So we are not ticking a box yet. We're going to do some working out first. So 2 adults, 2 children, so a family of 4. So this package deal, this 2,300 has everything included that they want. Flights, accommodation and food. Flights, accommodation, food included, 7 days for a family of 4. Okay, so that's 2,300. So what we need to do is work out how much it's going to cost if they pay separately. Now what we need to remember here is return flights, accommodation and food are free for children under 2 years old. Well, the children are aged 8 and 1 years old. So one of those children is under 2. So they're not going to have to pay anything for them, which is wonderful. So they're only paying for 2 adults and 1 child. So when we're working with this, we're working with 3 people, not all 4. So let's figure out the flights. So for 3 people, the flight's £352 per person. So 3 times 352. So that's £1,056 for the flights. Accommodation. So it's £43 per person per day. So it's £43 per person. There's 3 of them per day for 7 days. So 43 times 3 times 7. So that's £903. Then we need to work out their food. So it's £85 per person for the 7 days. So it's just a one-off payment. So £85 per person. Well, there's 3 people that we have to pay for. 85 times 3 is 255. So let's find the total cost. 255 is already in my calculator. Add 903. Add 1,056. So that's 2,214. So the package deal is 2,300. Pay separately is 2,214. Well, 2,214 is less than 2,300. So this is the cheaper option. So paying separately is the cheaper option. Question 13a. 3 fair coins are thrown at the same time. Part 1. Complete the table to list all the different possible outcomes. The first row has been completed for you. Okay, so if we're throwing 3 coins, the first option is that all 3 coins land on heads. So you need to just be really systematic with this question and have some kind of pattern in mind for how you're going to fill this out. Okay, so the first 2 could be heads and the last one could be tails, or first could be heads, middle could be tails, last could be heads. Okay, now I'm going to start with tails. I could have tails, head and head. I could have heads and then 2 tails. I could have tails, head, tails. Or I could have tails, tails and head. Or they could all 3 land on tails. So just have some kind of strategy on how you're working. You can see here I kind of worked in a diagonal with my t's a little bit until I needed to figure out the other combinations. Part 2, write down the probability that the outcome is 3 heads. Okay, so only one of these options is 3 heads. So we have 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have a 1 out of 8 probability that it would be 3 heads. Part B, when 4 fair coins are thrown at the same time, the probability, so we've got 4 coins here, the probability that the outcome is 2 heads and 2 tails is 0.375. If the same 4 coins are thrown 136 times, how many times would you expect to get the outcome of 2 heads and 2 tails? Well, 2 heads and 2 tails is the probability that they've given us, so that's handy. If we do this 136 times, we do 136 times the probability of the event happening. So 136 times 0.375. So we'd expect that to happen 51 times.